Welcome to one of this year's most challenging races, where the combination of high speed and complex corners makes this one of the drivers' favourite tracks. It's time for the Japanese Grand Prix. We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yes, welcome back to Formula 4 Racing. I am your host, See Me Skate. With me, as always, is the trusty steed himself, the man who held the fort last week. Hello there, Housey. How are you there, brother?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. Glad to be here. Obviously, round 14 here at Suzuka, Japan. What a track.
Oh, what a track indeed, mate. What a track indeed. Looking forward to this. I know a lot of the boys are too much of a fan of it on the game, of course. And, well, of course, yes, you touched those curbs there, Housey. And I talk of turns 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You touch them curves, and it is curtains. We've got a few boys in the chat. Yes, we say hello to Rosberg. Well, that'll be Nico, of course. Let's go Old Spice, of course. Wabstappen. Oh, there he is there, the Danger Man. He'll be reserving for the European lot a little bit later on. And, of course, the resident Rothmans driver, speak of none other than Kaiserhoff. He's in the chat as well. G'day, boys. A bit of Aussie vernacular, Kaiser. Absolutely loving it. This was the best kind of alarm to wake up to. Well, there you go. You've got a bit of a holiday over there, Housey.
Yes, we have. Yep, bank holiday today. So a lot of people probably just chilling out. Weather's not so good, predictably. Normally the way with bank holiday. So, yeah. No excuses not to go and put the kettle on and sit back and enjoy this one.
Well, that's exactly right. And we do welcome the new Portonian. There he is there. Yes, Droftas. I think he's just noticed that the, Mr. Altitude is in the globby. Yes, I speak of Suicide 5. And, he's in. And, he's throwing the pressure his way already. And, he's calling him out for the win. I don't think so, mate. He has not touched the game in quite some time. Quite some time, but he will nevertheless enjoy this one, I dare say. He's in chat with a few of the boys that he knows, and let's hopefully get him back racing there, Droftas. Baby steps, mate, baby steps. But we are currently watching Rip the Beans out there on track there, how's I? And, funny enough, let's just touch on the attendance at the moment. Yes, only 16. I repeat, 16 drivers in at the moment with 2 reserves. We've just come off a bit of a break weekend here down under. And I do understand people are still away. People are still getting themselves back into the swing of things after a couple-week Easter break, of course, down here. And that's how we do it. That's how we roll down under. And we do apologise for the tardy attendance rate there. Only 16 on the grid. But nevertheless, currently watching Rip the Beans, the championship leader there, Housey. And, I tell you what, if this bloke needs a result, it would be here, wouldn't it?
Well, he's due one, I guess, yeah. Obviously, a few of the others... Tab's not here, is he? No, Tab's not here.
Yeah, so, Tab is here. Of course Tab is here.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Sorry, down there. No. Well, I couldn't find him for a minute there. I was panicking.
I'm sure Tab got panicked when he probably heard his name there for a second. He's like, hang on a minute, I'm here, and I want to chase down... Oh, Beansy's gone wide! Beansy's gone wide. Turn 2. Abort. And, there you go. Got Bopton out there on an outlap. He is right behind Beansy, I do say. And, he most certainly is. There he is. There is the Bop. And, Bop Tooney is what we discovered a new name for him. We discovered a new name there, mate. Well, I did anyway, and I don't know what I was thinking. Don't ask me how it all works, but Bop Tooney is something I might throw in there every now and then. We had a bit of a laugh about it, and, he called me a crack-up. So anyway, we'll push on there, Housey. But, Blue Dog about to get us underway, of course, starting his first time run here at Suzuka, Japan, of course. This glorious track is the Figure 8 circuit. The only one we do go to during the calendar season, of course, there, Housey, as you're well and truly aware of. 3.608 miles or 5.807 kilometres. I tell you what, this stadium, this massive, magnificent track holds 155,000 people at capacity, and it was first opened in 1962. This is the 6th rendition of this glorious Suzuka track, owned by one of the conglomerates of Honda. Of course, this is one of the Honda Grand Prix, home of Honda Grand Prix track here at Suzuka, and the race lap record, of course, and we're talking during race conditions, folks, not during qualifying, is held by Lewis Hamilton, 1 minute 30.983 in the W10 in 2019. So, well, I think Droftus has just noticed, but I think I just stole a page out of your book there, Housey.
You did. Well done. Nice to see.
Thank
Nice to see you learning.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. Of course. Well, let's just take none of the plaudits away from you there, Statman. Of course, Blue Dog. Well, there you go. There, how's I? He's just gone through. Where is he? 17 and 18, and he's just set a 129.867. Who is next behind him? That is a reserve. It is not. Well, it must be Tom, and I've just missed his lap. It is a 1 minute 29.569 there, Housey. We've also got Macedonian in the first sector there. He's there, and Bopton out on a lap. We've got yellow flag, sector 1 and 2. Not too sure what is going on there, Housey. 2-5 on an out lap, of course. So we're going to stick with the Bopton here, mate. Or it might be Brad Tay. No, it is Bopton, I do believe. Yeah, we might stick with Bopton. Oh, there we go. Well, there you go. I'm going to read this one out anyway, Housey. This stream is awesome. Oh, where's the Bop? Bop Tooney, around he goes as Beansy sets the fastest lap of the Q1 session, of course, with a 29.477. Brad Tate will need to go again. That is not a relevant lap. Bopton in the pit lane. 2-5 getting himself underway. Where is the Masso man? There he is there now, Housey. I think, is he backed out of it? Yeah, he's got no ERS. He's not using that. So I'm going to stick with the 2-5 here, buddy.
Yeah, Blue Dog is going again in front of him, but he's just a little bit down. So, yeah, he's going to pull in. End of the second sector's too far gone for Blue. So.
Yeah, yep. Well, of course, we're only going to lose one driver here, Housey. And, well, it's going to be a bloody long qualifying session. If you fall in that 16th place, of course, yes, well, I mean, it is full quality. And, of course, we're only ever going to lose from 16 through to P20. Only 16 in, so we're only going to lose one this session, folks. And, yeah, 2-5 out there on track. He's about to go through the second sector end of, and he's purpled at Housey. A purple second sector for the Cadbury Pot 2 driver, of course. He's had a bit of a lean patch of late here, Housey. But I tell you what, this guy looks fired up. He looks ready to go. And I speak of the Mamba. 2-5 crosses the line with a 29.3.
Beans is on another one behind him here. It's about 2 tenths up. He's going to take the flag.
He's going to take the flag. He most certainly is there, Housey. Oh, 1.5 tenths up at 29.3 from the Beans man. And, well, there you go. There's Droftas doing what Droftas does. Well, if he bothers waking up the commentator. Well, I mean, the neighbours love me there, Droftas. The neighbours absolutely love me. But bugger them. Formula 4 is more important. Anyway, let's move on. Tactical Genius out there on an outlap. Who is on a hot one? I think it might be Brad Tay. Masso. Thank you, mate. Thank you.
I think he looks like he's going for it. Still got a bit of battery left though as Masso, just coming into 130R.
Certainly is the Cadbury Pot 1 driver. A bit of a lean patch has the Masso man this season. Hasn't quite hit his straps, of course. And, well, I mean, this being the second season of this game, F1 2021, everyone looking towards the future of F1 2022. And Macedonian sets a 1 minute 30.3 as we'll flick back down towards the back there. Because what's happening with Crazy Kiwi and Tab? Well, Tab's on one, Kiwi's on one. Kiwi's furthest along, so we'll stick with him. But, yeah, everyone looking at F1 2022 there, Housey. I think the excitement levels are starting to rise again, mate. Of course, it does get a little bit long in the tooth, especially considering, well, all of you lovely F1 gamers out there know how brilliant this game has been at times over the journey. And, well, frustrations were through the roof there, of course. Everyone looking forward towards the future. Everyone's a little bit worn out. And, excuse me, just reading this chat. And, yeah, everyone's a little bit worn out. And, well, we do expect that towards the end of this one, of course. But, well, we've got to keep these excitement levels happening there, Housey, of course. The new game is only a couple of months away, and I dare say we are all looking forward to that one, but crazy Kiwi sets a 1 minute 31.4. He will need to go again there, Housey. Not too sure what cut-off time here, but there he is there. Mr. Tabbed. Whack. A 128.9. He's on it all. We've got a... Who is that? Is that Harass? No, it is not Harass. That must have been Crazy Kiwi. No, it's not. I do apologise. Not too sure who that was. Maybe Johnny M4. But we'll pick up Bopton, of course, in the first sector. Going through the S's now, Housey. And, well, let's just see how he travels. You touch these curbs here, mate. And she's a goner. And, well, he's doing all his very best to stay well and truly away from them is the Boptoonie. But, yes, well, the European race starts for me at 5 a.m. there, Webby boy. And, yes, I'm up at 4 a.m. for that one. And lucky me. But... Lucky me. Anyway, yes, 1 minute 28 from the Tabbed. And, well, yes, 2.5 has gone a bit quicker. I do apologise, 2.5. The Mamba set a 1 minute 29.2. To put himself P2 for now, Housey. And let's just see how he fares. Johnny M4 crosses the line. He will need to go again. Suicide 5 out there on track. We do welcome back this lad. And it's been a little bit of time away from him. Of course, got some real life personal stuff going on in the background. But we welcome him back, of course. And let's just see how he fares. He hasn't, well, he says he hasn't touched the game in quite some time there, Housey. Interesting to see how he's purpled the second sector. Well, good on him. Good on him, and let's just see how he goes in that magnificent reserve livery car. Beansy has retired in the pit lane. We've got yellow flags in Sector 2, folks. Yellow flags in Sector 2. That's just guys getting out of each other's way. As Suicide 5 goes P6 with a 129.7. Not too shabby for your first run back there, mate. Oh, I've just missed Harass's time, I do think. Was it Harass? No, it wasn't. It was
Chazy. It was Chazy.
There you go, Chazy Dane. I do apologise, mate. Yes, the Oceania or Aussie admin. And, well, there you go. We're currently watching Harass. Now, Harass is the new pot one for this Rothmans team. Had a stellar, well, immersement into the to the grid, of course. I think last week he came fourth from dead last. He will need to go again. That was a 136.1. Sorry, Housey, I don't think I got to you there, mate, when we said, what do you think cutoff would be there, buddy?
Well, I'm reckoning it's going to be a late 29. I reckon it's going to be somewhere around Red Tay Blue Dogs time. Somewhere around there, I reckon.
Oh, okay. Well, oh, there you go. Jury Strat. Judge Judy crosses the line. He sets a 129.5. And, well, that could have been a lot better. He got very loose coming out of turn 18. And, well, that is the exit of that quick chicane. As Tabbed is comfortable, retires in the pit lane, of course. Why wouldn't you? As Harass is on a lap, of course. Fuel light screaming at him there, House Eye. And, well, he's just got to get one on the board. Chazy Dane is out there as well. And Johnny and Four.
Another one here. If he's just got enough fuel to get to the line, he has. It's screaming at him it is, but he's going to go quicker.
There you go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all there from S5. Good to see him back. And good to see him hitting him. Hitting his straps straight off the bat. Brad Tay, is that a retirement in the garage there, Housey? You want to check that one out for us there? I think it might be, mate. I think it might be.
It was.
Yes, yes. As Joftas is in the chat, of course. Harass, about to complete his lap now. Just completing that chicane. Turn 18. He's backed out of it in the pit lane. Ooh, he's out of fuel. He is out of fuel. So, Darkness Abyss out there on an outlap and just warming up those boots, of course, and getting himself nice and warm, ready to go for this push lap here, Housey. We've got Tom Go Prof. Oh, we're just going to call him Tommy. Tommy's the way it is. And, yeah, Tommy just getting out of his way, of course. And, well, Tommy being a European division, well, he's a reserve at the moment. But, yes, he's from the European side. He's just doing the right thing there, folks. And we got one of them in just to test this lag. Of course, we've got Peas in the chat. Oh, Jesus. Peas is in the chat. You know what that means there, Housey. Whenever he shows his mug in the chat in the Aussie division, we usually get a chance to talk to him at the end of the European division, of course. That guy doing a stellar job. And, well, I do have the privilege of seeing all these team chats, of course. And, well, I mean, the boys were... Well, one of his teammates there, Mini Ramsell Jr., was saying to Peas he's not that quick. And, well, he was sort of saying, well, what's a 25-point weekend? And Dropdash goes, well, mate, you've got to have a stellar weekend. You've got to do fastest lap. You've got to do pole position. And, of course, that's a perfect cue. The point system comes right up there. Fastest lap, pole position, and the race win, of course. And you will get yourself a whole heap of 25 points. Peas' response was, I will try to do better. Now, Housey, I mean, we could chuckle at this because we get to see it week in, week out. Now, if he's got another level, holy moly.
Well, that's just putting the drive of the day into account as well, isn't it? Basically, that's what he means. That's what he means.
Yeah, that's right.
He's going to go for the complete sweep. And I'm pretty sure, I'd have to check, but I'm sure it's a stat that he doesn't actually have. It's one of the only stats he doesn't have. I don't think he's had a drive
don't
of the day.
encourage him, mate. Don't encourage him. As we're watching Darkness Abyss about to complete a timed run here, folks. He sets a 1 minute 30.6. P14 for now. Harass has come out, made another appearance. Right on the cusp is Harass. Yet to set a valid time here, folks. We'll flick back up to what is happening out there with Jury. Jury's out there. 2-5 retired in the garage. Brad Tay's in the garage, of course. We've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Darkness Abyss, I'm not too sure if he's going to go again. We'll just keep an eye on to see what he's doing. Oh, very close to that inner curve there, Housey, at turn 6. I did touch on early doors, and as Peas has just joined the chat. That's probably a relief to your fellow competitors there, Peas. But I tell you what, mate, Jesus. One hand on the trophy already there, Housey, as we welcome Curly. Curly, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, and, well, there he is there, the man, and, well, he usually does host the stream, but I'm not too sure if he's going to do it today, but the graphics should all come up for him. Not too sure if... What are we watching, Housey? What are we watching?
Darkness just struggling there. Lost the back end on the entry. And done a nice little power slide, actually, to be fair. He kept it quite well, but definitely lost the lap time. So this one's over for Darkness. He's got no fuel left. Hasn't got time to pit and come back out.
Oh my God!
So
What did you do?
What did you do?
Harass is 0.2 up.
Harass hasn't even touched his DRS. Harass is playing on this here at the moment. Look at the throttle. Look at the throttle. It's even 3/4 throttle. That cheeky bugger. Has he got time to get to the stuff? Has he got time?
I think he's just trying to time it correct. I think that's what he's exactly doing. He had about a minute, 30 seconds on my screen.
Oh, they've so got to move that. There it is. A minute remaining. He's got plenty of time. Harass is going to get all the airtime in the world here, folks. He's going to send it on this lap.
Johnny M4's on one at the moment. Hopton's going again.
Johnny M4's 20-odd seconds down on his previous lap. Chasey Dane is right in the firing line here, Housey, because Darkness Abyss has, well, retired. Excuse me, in the garage. Chasey Dane right on the cusp, of course. No, he's not. No, he's not. Would you believe Harass has invalidated his push run here, Housey? That is it.
As well.
That is it. That's done. That's done. We've lost Harass. And, well, there you go. There you go. That's it. That's done. Absolutely done. As Chasey Dane is out there still pushing. Probably hasn't heard the call. And, well, his teammates, if they're listening, should give him the heads up. Because that's the last thing you want to do around here is just put... I'm not even going to say it, Housey. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. No, we wouldn't do it to the very lovable Chasey Dane, of course. The Paddy, as you've so much...
Patty, yeah.
Oh, Housey, you killed me that day. You killed me that day. The Paddy, as, yes, Chasey Dane would like to do something about that. I'm assuming they're Housey.
Oh, dear. So Chasey is up, to be fair. Like I said, he is still pushing here. They might improve his time. Enters the third sector then. Just the heavy braking. Down into 16.
I wonder
He's
if he
about
knows.
level, so let's see.
Oh, he's going to set the lap. He's going to set the lap.
Ooh.
Very squirmish coming out of 18. P14, the 130.5. That's Q1 done and dusted. We will lose Harass. Wow, that's a shock and a half.
He does like going from the back, though. He's not shy of it, is he? Harass, to be fair. I've known him for a while, and I've seen him come from the back many a times.
Yes, we have. We most certainly have, and he's, well, he is a master of that. He's a master at that. And the second and third best. Yeah, very good there, Curly. Very good. I think he's alluding to himself there being the first one there, Housey. I'm not too sure, mate, but we'll give him that one. We'll give him that one. He just couldn't make it stick. There is the man himself, the guy we were just talking about, Harass, in the chat. Well, he's a master at coming through the field there, Housey. And let's just see how he fares during this one, of course. What's the result? Does the Harass has impressed since he's come back into the fold, of course. And, well, there you go. There you go. So we're going to have a proper Q2 session now. We're going to lose 5 drivers, of course. Well, 4 drivers. 5 drivers, excuse me. 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th in this next session. So just wait for this to count down, and probably a good time when this one rolls over, Housey, and we get into that glorious, glorious period of Q2 where we'll get through your stats, mate, if you've got some.
Excuse me, sorry.
You're all right.
Weekend catching up on me there in the background as we wait for the one to roll over.
Tactical went mediums, or is that a glitch? I don't know, Droft. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that one for you there, mate. Not too sure. Not too sure. All right.
Still nice and dry outside. Obviously, we've had no update from any of the boys on the weather.
No, we have not. We have not. And, well, as Droftas did say, Tactical used the mediums in the Q1 session. P4 on the meds, then the Q1 result. Page Dark Horse for Pole. Probably. Oh, it's a good shout out. I mean, Droft, you're a good tactician there, mate. And well, if anyone knows, I'm sure it is you, my friend. But yeah, I'm not too sure the way the lad is thinking. Don't know what's happening with the weather. The boys have come out on the softs. Of course, it is funny bugger session. It is a funny bugger session. The boys tend to set the track alight and then just slow right up in that third sector, as you're well aware of too there, Droft. And, well, I mean, the first, 7 minutes of this session is just, what would you call it, Housey? Getting your eye in?
Yeah, practice laps, I guess,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Practice something to do, maybe, I don't know.
Something to do.
We'll see who's going out there. I mean, keep an eye on the tyres. Darkness is out there on a set of mediums, so should be a positive lap from Darkness. Just keep an eye on it. See who's sandbagging and who's not.
I'll tell you what I've noticed too there, Housey. I mean, this guy loves changing the lid. I talk of none other than Tabbed, the helmet. Yes, he's changed it again there, Housey. And, well, I mean, I reckon he's going for the record here, mate. Every bloody week it's a new lid. And let's just see how he fares, of course. And, well, does this boy have some pace, or does he have some pace? And he's currently chasing down Rip the Beans in the championship standings, folks. They are 1 and 2. Separated by how many points there, Housey? Off the top of my head, I think...
It's 12.
12 points, correct. 12 points. So, well, I mean, the chase is on with, 11 Grand Prix remaining after this one for the Aussie boys. Of course, Imola was missed last week due to a public holiday, and that will be tapped on to the end of the season. So We'll get to see these boys tackle that magnificent track there in Imola. I'm not too sure if it is. They don't call it the San Marino Grand Prix anymore. But I think we're showing our age there a little bit there, Housey. But nevertheless, tabbed out there on it. He's the first one out on track. You're going to see the track map light up purple, purple, purple. And expect to see him pull over just before the finish line. All the boys on the softs, I'm tipping will do the same. I'll keep an eye on Darkness Abyss to see how he is travelling, of course.
Crazy on the soft. He might go for this, to be fair. Like, in terms of starting the Grand Prix, and he knows he's got a bit of an opportunity with only 16 on the grid. Maybe Chasey will dip his foot out here and risk it all. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll be wrong, but it's a good opportunity for Chasey, doing such a good job already this season.
Well, Tab's completed this lap with no ERS usage, of course, and as we did touch on, it is funny bugger time, Housey. We're going to flick to Chasey Dane. You reckon he might be sending this one? We'll have a look at this one, of course. He's using ERS. He's definitely getting... he's pulled up. He's pulled up. He's pulled up. So to be Darkness Abyss, I do believe there, mate. He's on the mediums, of course. Suicide 5 out there on the mediums as well, on an out lap. So Darkness Abyss furthest along on the medium on a hot lap, and he's lost it. Oh, he's kept it out of the wall. Just kept it out of the wall. Holy moly, Darkness. As Johnny M4 getting very, very aggressive on entry to turn 1. Crazy Kiwi just going through the S's now, Housey. And through Dunlop Curve. There it is there. That's Dunlop Curve, folks. If you're wondering at home, that is it. That is the corner name. Degna 1 coming up. This is Degna 1. Degna 2 is... Well, he's gone wide as. Kiwi's gone mega wide. The game said continue. Yeah, I mean, who you paying, Kiwi? That's insane. You were mega wide, but you can continue. He would have lost a bucket load of time there, Housey.
Yep, he would, obviously. Lucky enough to not have any further incident, but lap time is not going to be where he wants it to be. Tabtaz put a lap in, a 31.2. Bradtay's put a 34.1 in on the softs, both on the softs. Darkness just then with a 140.5.
Masso on the mediums. Masso on the medium, not using ERS. He's just turned it on now. Right. So let's keep an eye on Macedonian to see what he's doing out there, of course. Chasey Dane has invalidated this run. Johnny M4, the same deal. Crazy Kiwi, there he is there. He's, excuse me, burning ERS. How's he? This might be representative.
Yeah, obviously that mistake.
30.7.
Yep. Stop the tree. I think he's got a bit more on that medium though, obviously, after seeing that mistake from him.
As Tommy goes E1 with a 29.7 there, Housey, on the soft compound. So there's plenty of time. I'll tell you what, Housey, I think it's a good enough time as any. If you want it, it's all yours, mate. The floor is yours. Statman time, I reckon, mate.
All right, let's get... I'm just having a look at Suicide 5 now. He's just backed out of this. He is going to set the time, but let's get Suicide across the line here. 29.8 there on the medium for Suicide, but he has got a bit more, I'm sure of that. So then we'll have a quick roundup of the championship. What happened last week?
Oh, Johnny M4. Sorry there, Housey. Johnny M4 lucky to keep it out of the walls, going through the S's. And to tell you what, Housey, just manages to keep it off the wall. Got Chasey Dane invalidated, as we did touch on before. Bopton's still in the garage. So, yeah, take it away, mate. Sorry, buddy.
Darkness just having a spin as well out there in Sector 1 through the S's. So, yeah, we'll go to the championship battle. Beans leads the way, 197 points for him. He was 9th last week, the highest cap. Took pole position, but most places lost in the race for Beans last week. He lost 8 places. So second in the championship then, and up 1 spot this week is tabbed on 185 points. Moves into P2, just 12 points off Beans, as we mentioned earlier. He was the highest pot 1 in Texaco finisher last week with a P3. Third in the championship then is 2-5. He's down 1 spot this week on 168 points. Did not finish last week for him, so he drops to P3 because of that. Fourth then, Chasey, we spoke about him a little bit earlier. He was the highest pot 4 and Old Spice finisher last week with a P5. He's got 163 points. He's just now 5 points off 2-5 ahead of him in P3. So Chasey knocking on the door. Kiwi in 5th then. He's at 1 spot this week on 150 points. Highest pot 2 finisher last week with P6. great race, starting P18 to be P3. So in P18, sorry. So he got up to P6 from P18. He was P3 in the most places gained, so he got 12 last week. Obviously a bit of a hectic race, if we can cast our memory back. Quite a lot of DNFs in Australia. Obviously managed to capitalise on that. So 6th then is Fury, or Jury. We seem to change his name this week, but 143 points for him. Did not start last week. He's got a 7-point gap to Kiwi ahead of him. Blue Dog sits P7 then, 133 points. Third DNF of the season last time out for him. 8 for long is his partner in crime, Brad Tay, on 121. Also DNF'd last week, and yep, guess how many DNFs Brad Tay's got? Blue Dog's got 3, so can you guess how many Brad Tay's got?
3?
Yes, that's right. 3, yeah, bang on the money. He ribbed me in the week. He was like, "Are you gonna say anything about me and Brad Tay this week?" I'm like, "Now that you've mentioned it, yeah,
I think
I'll do it."
I think he's getting a bit of a complex, and he knows that people are starting to talk. So well, there you go. There you go.
Brilliant
That's
stuff from the two
absolutely.
there.
Oh, mate, you couldn't have written a better script, could you? I mean,
No,
Jesus.
you can't with these two. You can't. It's brilliant. It is good. So 9th then, Macedonian, 106th place. Best quality last week, but unfortunately DNF the race. McKinder's along in 10th on 97 points.
Bob
Gotta have
Tooney.
4.
Bob Tooney's
Ooh,
hit the wall. Oh, we're gonna have to name another one,
oh
Howsy.
no.
We're gonna have to name
Name
another
another
one.
It's on the
Jesus.
final corner too. It is,
Oh,
isn't it?
turn 18. Oh,
Yeah,
Bob
literally.
Tooney. Holy moly.
Okay, so Bopton's having a shout out for more wall named after him. So M4 then, he's along in 11th place in this championship. He's up 1 spot this week, 67 points, solid 7th place for him last week. P12 in the championship, 63 points, up 1 spot again this week. It's Ty Star. Old Footy Benders in 13th, down 2 spots this week on 57 points. Darkness Abyss sits 14th on 50 points. Did not start last week for him. He's level on points with the 2 drivers behind him in Dino and Harass. So Dino not here, he's on 50 points. Harass then in 16th, up 2 spots on 50 points. As you said earlier, P4 last week for him. He was the highest Rothmans and the most places gained with 16 places. This has now moved him into the stat of current drivers of the most places gained in a single race. Black Moon did make 18 places earlier on in the year before he gave up his full-time seat. 17th then is the man we were just talking about, Bopton. He's down 1 spot this week on 46 points. DNF'd last week, making it 6 for the season for him. Tacticals in 18th then on 34 points. Got Toddy on 19th on 23 and Milligains in 20th on 15. Do we have anybody on laps?
Well, we did have, but I think Blue Dog's just backed out of this one. Tabbed was getting out of his way, but I think Blue Dog was in a little bit of two minds there. Not too sure what Tab was going to do, but Tab did get out of his way, and he backed out of it anyway. So there you go. Tab set in a 1 minute 29.053 on the medium to put a P1 there, Housey. Rip the Beans followed him with a 129.182. So the two boys that are in the hunt are absolutely lining each other up here, mate. Let's not forget about Tactical Genius. He's got some pace to this lad. And, well, the Old Spice driver doing a stellar job as he's come back into the fold. 2.5 as steady as she wrote is what 2.5 does. And I think he's changed his halo there, Housey. I think he might have. I'm not too sure. I think he might have, mate. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that one, folks. But he's out there on a lap at the moment, not burning ERS. I dare say he's going to throw this one in the pit lane. We're going to see a lot of action any minute now, Housey. Blue Dog prepping himself just to get himself ready to go again here, mate. Oh, no, no, no. He's backed out. He's thrown it in the pit lane. He might be thinking the soft compound here, mate. He might be thinking the soft compound. So
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me go with this one for a second.
Yeah,
because I
righto.
ribbed him on something else in the week. I noticed something else, and this is. We'll move on to a couple of stats here. Very quickly. I'll run through this one. He's the only driver not to actually make a Q3 this season.
Blue Dog.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think he likes that stat.
No, he doesn't, which is why he might be to the soft here, because he said he's going to have to try and do something about it.
Well, I mean, let's just see. I mean, this is his opportunity here, Housey, with a
It is,
with a bit of. I mean, Q2. I mean, there's got 15 drivers in there, of course, but with a few of the drivers out of contention by their attendance, of course. I tell you what, mate, this is his opportunity to break the mold.
This is opportunity.
And
It is.
Johnny M4, of course, let's just pay a bit of attention to him. Yet to set a time.
What's he
And
done?
what has he done? He's purple the second sector, according to that. Let's just see how Johnny goes. Droftas is cheering him on in the chat there. Come on, Johnny, he reckons. Let's just see how Johnny goes. I'm expecting this late. He's got to fire up sooner or later. There's Johnny, and he sets a 29. No, it's a 30.1. P9 for now.
Good enough. Blue Dog obviously decided no because he's retired in the pit lane. We
Yeah.
picked him up, and then he says no. So interesting then for the Blue Dog.
Absolutely interesting from the Blue Dog, of course. So,
This is on one here, I think. Yeah. He is. Team Cadbury's driver. He's got the softs on, so he's going for this darkness.
well, he's right. He's out of the zone there, mate. Of course, P13. If he doesn't improve, he'll be knocked out. There's still plenty of time remaining in this session. 1 minute 30 seconds to be exact. So he's got enough time to hit that finish line and go again if he needs to. We've got Macedonian out there on an out lap, of course. Crazy Kiwi the same, and Chasey Dane. I tell you what, Macedonian on 2-lap-old meds. Well, he's burning that tyre life there, Housey, and we do know that, of course, in Grand Prix conditions, tyre life is like an I just lost for words. Tyre life is like a holy Jesus moment, isn't it? I mean, it's like the live all, end all. The more you save, the better you are. And, well, there you go. Darkness Abyss throws that Cadbury up in a P7 for that lad. Chasey Dane on an outlap. Macedonian prepping his car, of course, in the second sector. Just about to begin the third one. Who is furthest along? Johnny M4. Let's just see. No, he's backed right out. Not burning ERS is Johnny, of course. Darkness Abyss we did see. And Tommy is... Well, Tommy is in the first... Oh, Tommy! Well, he lost it. He touched those curbs, and that's exactly what happens here at this track. And, well, there you go. Getting off the line. Fantastic stuff, Tommy. That's what we like to see there, mate. But, yes, Darkness Abyss, you did say he might... No, he's not. He's six and a half seconds slower. Johnny M4 having another go. Brad Tay retired in the garage.
Oh, who else did that?
I reckon they're playing on it, mate. I reckon they're playing on it. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on it, but I mean that's a coincidence and a half, isn't it?
Nothing's a coincidence with those two.
Oh, you're gonna be in for another stern wording too, I think there, Ozzy. But but I think Macedonian here. He is pushing like crazy. He has got a reserve in front of him of Tommy. They're getting out of his way now. Fantastic jury and fantastic Tommy. Good stuff. That's what we love to see here. And there you go. And there you go. Droftas has just said both retired when they were both P11. They want the fresh tyres. Well, there you go. So the love affair continues.
Yeah, I think it's in for the long haul. This one.
Well, I mean, we need Chasey Dane to split him. If Chasey gets P12 here, you couldn't have. Come on, Paddy! Oh, P9! He's done it. He's got through.
That's brilliant.
Oh my God! Macedonian crosses the line. P12. No improvement from him. Johnny M4 will stay P11. Crazy Kiwi, you are safe. You are safe, Kiwi. You are safe. That is it. That is the drop zone done. We have lost Johnny M4, Macedonian, Brad Tay, Blue Dog, and the Bopton.
Yeah, dropped us in the chat wanting new tyres, was referring to the Blue Dog Brad Tay situation. I think that's 100% spot on. I think that's why they retired when they were in 11th, hoping that was going to be best of the free start.
Johnny M4 missed out on a Q3 by 4 thousandths of a second. 4 thousandths of a second. Poor Johnny.
Yeah, well, look at Chasey's time as well. I mean, there's not much between all three of them.
Well, that you spot on there too there, Housey. Well, he survived it by 4 thousandths of a second, didn't he? So, I mean, you can look at it both ways. But, well, what's interesting to note, P13, P14, the two cat boys. Blue Dog Brad Tay. Line astern again.
Let's get these shots down.
Excuse me.
Bottom, the only one not to set a time then after stacking it in the wall.
Well, exactly right there, Housey. And another mixed bag. The grid's gone half and half. Half mediums, half softs. So there you go. We have lost Johnny M4, Macedonian, Brad Tate, Blue Dog, and the Bop Tooney. And is it dry or wet in the race? Peas, I'm not too sure. I haven't had any intel from the boys on the grid. But yeah, I'm sure if you... Tabbed versus Beans. Well, we've got to get to Q3 yet there, Droftas. And, well, I mean, it will get hyped up soon, mate. Nothing to get too excited about. It's all been survival. The first 2 Q sessions, of course. And, well, that's the name of the game. The boys reveal their hand in the Q3. We'll get to see what they're all about, of course. Yes, Droftas did touch on it. Tabbed versus Rip the Beans. That is where it's at. That is the championship fight. Let's not forget about 2-5 as well, because he's not too far off. And I'll tell you what, Chasey Dane up there in the nosebleed section. I think he's still P4 there, Housey, if I'm not mistaken. And another stellar job by him as well.
Yeah, indeed. So, I'll tell you what then, whilst we're waiting for these boys just to come out and get them ready for their fast laps here, let's go through a couple of the other little stats that I'd written down. So last time out, as I did touch on earlier, a little bit of a mess, a lot of DNFs last time, tricky track Australia for these lads. With Cadbury's, first time a team has not scored, and that's either side of the division. So that's a bad statistic. Unfortunately, Cadbury's have now got on their head after that one. Rothmans were the best scoring team in that round. Obviously, the one driver not to get to a Q3, Blue Dog, we've mentioned that one. We'll mention it again just to rub him up. 2 people... We'll give him a little bit... this is another one that I forgot I wrote this down. You'll like this. There's 2 people yet to lose places in a race. Now, I know you don't necessarily agree with how I do it, but just from the way I do it, there's 2 places not to lose any positions. Guess who they are?
If they are the 2 B boys, B1 and B2, I am going to drop the mic right now because, I mean, is it?
Yeah, it's those 2.
Wow.
It is those 2. Blue Dog and Brad Tate. They're 2 drivers yet to lose any positions in a race. Although, if you look at the current statistics, I'm being a little bit nice to him. Harass hasn't lost any places, but he's only been a full-time driver for a couple of weeks now. So I'm kind of counting out Harass from it at this point in time.
Oh, Statman, yeah, you should know. You should know, mate. Well, you got to add him in. Statman, come on, when the stats are there, you can't leave him out to doctor it up so the B1, B2 enjoy their life all harmoniously. We need a paddy. We had Chasey Dane as a paddy there for a while, and let's just hope he can continue that trend. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. 2-5, first to blink here, Housey. Getting us underway in this Q3 session as people start to emerge from the pit lane. And yes, I certainly did there, Curly. Help you set all that up and get yourselves going, of course. Looking... Whoa, 2-5! Oh, I'll tell you what, he touched the inner curb of 6. He touched the inner curb of 6, and oh, I'll tell you what, I thought he was around, but held onto it nicely there, mate. Of course, you're going to see this track map light up purple, purple, purple. And... Droftas is being Droftas, and well, I mean, he likes to think he's funny. We won't laugh at that. Well, it's hard for me not to laugh. I laugh at absolutely everything. But yes, 2-5 out there on track. Sector 2 here, Housey. He's coming up to Spoon now, mate. And well, I love this corner. You can really throw it in. You can really throw it in here. You've got to be careful on exit, of course. It does pinch up on you, just as what you've seen there from 2-5, of course. There's another corner like that as well, Housey, in Degner, the second Degner, turn number 9. You can really be aggressive there on entry, but the exit, it does narrow in. And, I mean, you be too greedy on that entry, it tends to run you wide, and invalidation is imminent, of course. But 2-5, none of that. Let's just see what he does. Crosses the line with a 28.9. Tabbed will be next. What can the young fella do? It is a 28.6. Holy moly. They're coming in thick and fast. I've just missed Judge Judy in P3. There he goes with a 129.0. excuse me, 590 technical genius with a 29 flat. Rip the beans. Here he comes now with a 29.1. Suicide 5 out there on track, entering the first corner. There he is there. Who is furthest along? Crazy Kiwi in the second sector with a whole heap of track to himself. Tom Go Prof, or Tommy, sets a 129.022 P4 for now. Oh, who was that off track? 2.5. Just getting out of the way of everybody else, of course. We're going to stay with Crazy Kiwi here, mate. He's going to be the next one across the line. And Bloom, go through Spoon. I might give that one a bit of a go, Droftas. We'll run that one a little bit later on, of course. But let's just see how this fares. Oh, Crazy Kiwi. Being real lucky, real greedy, but throws it in the pit lane. Wow. Okay, interesting. Yes, yes, Curly. Tom is in because you would have been in too there, mate. But you needed to add the league PSN. I did post it in the reserves chat, and I think you were late to the party there, my friend. So there you have it.
Suicide on his run here then. Just comes through 130R to close out this lap. Not been too bad of a lap from what I've seen on board of him. Doesn't be as greedy with that final couple of apexes as Kiwi was a minute ago. So Suicide.
Not too bad. I'm impressed. For a guy that has
look at that level. Look at the time. With Beans just changed his, but he was bang the same time as Beans.
Yeah, there you go. Tab throws it in the pit lane. We're going to come to this period where, Beansy fuel line is on. Darkness Abyss is about to cross the start a lap. He had invalidated his previous run, I do believe. Excuse me. We've got Chasey Dane and Crazy Kiwi in the garage, probably only because they've got one set of softs left. 2.5 has been impressive there, Droftas. He is P3 in the championship for a reason. And he's done a stellar job, of course. He's been missing the last few weeks. And, but he's been missing the last few weeks to his own admittance. But I'll tell you what, mate. He's got some pace. When he does fire up, he's very, very impressive. Rip the Beans will throw this one in the pit lane, mate. He's got a fuel light that is absolutely screaming at him. So I'm going to stay with Darkness Abyss here. Now, this guy here is probably arguably the most improved driver. He's been missing the last couple of weeks due to personal reasons, of course. But well, I'll tell you what, Housey. I mean, Darkness Abyss really has picked up his game over the journey this season.
Yeah, he has indeed. And plenty of boys on this side, actually, to be fair, that from last season to this season, definitely impressed with the improvements they've made. Obviously, showing commitment, certainly to us here at Formula 4, and putting the time in, making the improvement. And obviously, you know, when you do put the time in, the rewards are definitely worth it. So Darkness, he is gonna close this one out then. Get a first lap time on the board. Darkness goes P8 then at 29.616.
As I just will correct Curly. Yeah, Curly, I'm not going to chase you, mate. You want in, you got to add the league account. I put it in there. Come on, mate. You're better than that. As we'll flick back up to who is out there? 2.5 on an outlap. There he is there. And this is the corner I was talking about. Turn 9. You can be so aggressive there. Throw it right in. But it's the exit that pinches you. Yes, you can run the car right on out on that AstroTurf. But you put the power down too hard, around she goes, whack into a wall, and you're missing a wheel. So it's a very tricky / technical part of the track, especially that second Degner. I'll tell you what, Housey, I mean, I love the track, absolutely love it. But very, very easy, especially there to be a bit too greedy. Of course, 2.5 on an outlap. I reckon he's gone a bit wide. I'm not too sure what he's doing. Keep those boots nice and clean there, 2.5. His cousin there, he is there, Suicide 5. I dare say he's going to go back to the garage. 4 minutes remaining in this session. Darkness Abyss is out there on track as well. He's a little bit slower as well. So, well, we'll stay.
He's had a spin in the hairpin. Darkness, turn 11. He had a spin, so he'll be coming in. So a few of the other boys getting themselves on outlaps here.
I'll tell you what, we've got a camera looking back from Codemasters, looking at the helmet of 2.5. I mean, on the game, arguably the most useless camera we could possibly have, but nevertheless, let's just see how 2-5 goes. Touching these curbs like he's floating with danger here, Housey. Stays well and truly away from turn number 6. He's through Dunlop now. Oh, he's on the grass! He's out! Oh, Jesus! Oh, well, he's getting greedy a bit wide there, Housey. Now he's going to have to putt-putt back to the grid, to his pit lane, of course, and, well, I'm not too sure. Has he got enough time? Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, he's probably... actually, oh, he's going to have...
He's going to have
Depends
to...
how quick Jeff is, but it's going to be touch and go. It really is. I don't think so. No, I reckon that'll be it. I don't think he'll get back out in time. I think the Apex just dragged him there onto that, so it was turn 7 Apex.
He knows he's made a mistake. Look at him push. Yeah. He's pushing to get back to this garage to get a bit of a splash and dash going. Oh, I don't know if he's got enough time. I don't think he's going to get it done.
Chance. I don't think so. I mean, if you could just come in, have a splash and dash, new wing, and go, you'd be all right. But
no, you've got actually they wheel you back in.
Seconds in the pit.
Yeah, that's right.
Tire warmers come on. So, he's going to try all he can, but I don't think so. Beans then, he's on a lap here. Is our Beans, the championship leader.
Well, I'll tell you what here, Housey, this is where it's all about. This is where we get excited because it's Tabbed versus Beans, P1, P2 in the championship. Beansy out on track in the second sector. He's fired up as the Beansy. I'll tell you what, there was some smack talk in the Discord between these two ripping. Oh, Beansy with a tag slapper coming out of the hairpin. That would have cost him about a 10th there, I reckon, Housey. He's entering, he's entering the spoon now. This is turn 13 and 14, of course, and he's done that beautifully. Look at those lines of Rip the Beans, running out wide a little bit, power down. Let's go, Beansy. He's approaching the end of the second sector now. Let's just see what he does. Has he lit it up? Has he lit it up? Oh, no, he hasn't. Oh, he's a 10th and a bit up on his previous best, though, mate. It's still not going to knock off Tab at the moment. Still not going to knock him off. We'll flick the tab in a minute to check on his progress. But here comes Beansy. What can Beansy do? Our championship leader. He crosses the line and he's second. It's a 28.8. P2. He can go again. He can go again. Where he's tabbed into the first sector. Who else is out there? Mr. Fury Strat or Jury Strat. Oh, it's a bad name change. Anyway, we're going to Tommy. Excuse me, Tommy is...
Tab's invalidated.
Oh.
He's obviously sat pole anyway, but he has invalidated, so he's not going to improve. So maybe Tactical has got an opportunity here.
Tactical, let's not forget about Tactical too. He's no slouch, he's Tactical genius. A great clean driver is Tactical, and well, he'll fancy his chances here now, mate. Knowing that Tab's ultimate run at the end, he's made a mistake. Tommy's out. Oh, Tommy is out. Where is he? And there he is there.
Turn 7.
Yeah.
Cases 2-5 made the mistake up the hill towards turn 8.
There you go. Suicide 5 out there on a lap as well. Suicide 5 out there on a lap. And, well, it was right in the cusp, right in the firing line of Tommy there when he made that bit of a blunder. I'm not too sure if it cost him time or not there, Housey. But Mr. Jury Strat is gone through the second sector. Fury, nah, mate, it's a bad name. It's a bad name.
Let's just keep with Fury.
Yeah, we'll keep with Fury on. It's a bad name. Anyway, let's move on. We were going to move on. He's going to improve. Bloody oath, he's going to improve. It's a 28.7. He's knocked Beansy down. He's knocked Beansy down. Beansy, let's see what he can do. This is the championship leader. Thanks. P1! Beansy, what a lap! He's done it! P1 tabbed! P2! That is where the championship fights at! P3! Jury Strat Tactical! Here comes Suicide! With a 28.5!
Suicide displaces his cousin. Tactical's lost it. Tactical's pinned it.
Get him back in the chair! Get him back in the chair, Suicide 5! I'll tell you what, a few months away, he's put it P4 in the reserve car. And I'll tell you what, unbelievable stuff there from Suicide 5. Chasey Dane, the Aussie admin, out there at the moment there, Housey. Is Kiwi on, or Kiwi's about to cross the line yet? He certainly is. Has he improved just by 2/10? What's Chasey going to do? Can Chasey knock him off his perch? No. P10 with a 29.9. That is Q3 done, folks. Q3 done.
Tell you what, look at that time between Beans and Tabbed.
Oof.
128.633 versus a 644.
A hundredth away. And of course, Tabbed invalidating that last run of his there, Housey. Could have been so much more. Darkness Abyss, there he is there. And, well, there he goes there. And that is, yeah, that is the session done.
Tactical obviously also messing up his last lap as well. I mean, I don't think he was on schedule to take it off of him, but
There you go. Rip the Beans on top by, well, look at that, 11 thousandths of a second. Wow, we. Fury Strat P3 with a 28.7. Suicide 5 with a 28.8. Great time. Knocked his cousin off his perch there. Put him down to the third row. Did Suicide 5. 2-5 will start at the third row. P5 alongside Tactical Genius. The fourth row will be Tommy versus Darkness Abyss. And of course, the fifth row will be Crazy Kiwi and Chazy Dane.
move over. Then into race day. Obviously, still haven't had any weather update, so we're just presuming it's going to be dry
Well,
here.
I
Again,
mean,
nice shot.
look at, I mean, a beautiful shot there of down the pit lane. Can I have a look at the clouds rolling in a little bit? But I dare say she's going to be dry, mate. She's going to be dry. Does not look like any threat of rain here at Suzuka, Japan. And
You know what
as
that means, don't you?
what does that mean, mate?
Well, if something normally happens here, something else normally happens somewhere else, doesn't
Well, I mean, let's not put that out there.
it? Did you see how I tried not to? You see?
Well, I mean, look, I mean, I have to correct you there, Housey. Let's just not put it out there. I mean, got the boys in the chat. The boys in the chat. They're watching. You know, that's the
Just wanna
last.
fire 'em up.
That's just the last thing they need. Although the new Portonian's pretty handy in the wet. I tell you what. I'll tell you what. Let's not wish the wet weather upon anybody, of course. Blue Dog's a massive advocate for the wet track. Usually does DM me most weeks and asks for it to be wet, and I tell him to keep dreaming. But yes, that is the joys of running the division, folks. As well, let's just get all these telemetries up, and we'll go through the tyres and the grid, of course. And well, considering there's only 16 of them, it shouldn't take too long at all. But yes, Rip the Beans, P1 in the championship, P1 on the grid in qualifying. On the medium, Cat F1. Now, if you're new to the stream, folks, that blue sponsorship is with the yellow livery, of course, is to do with what's happening in the world over in the Ukraine. The Cat Boys showing their respects, of course. That is the way they're doing it. That is Rip the Beans, tabbed P2. And, well, there he is there, the young fella. New lid, new attitude. And, well, he's chasing down Rip the Beans. Fury Strat, P3. There he is there on the soft housey. So he's looking to make a bit of a jump here at the start. Let's not forget that. Suicide 5 being reset to the starting grid. He will start P4 on the medium. 2-5, his cousin. There he is there. And P5 from that lad. And, well, made a bit of a blue there, Housey, in Q3. But looking forward to seeing him press up through this field, of course. Tactical Genius, there he is there, the Old Spice driver. And, well, looking for a great start on the soft. So he's looking to jump the couple ahead of him there, Housey, being the two cousins, 2-5 and Suicide 5. Tommy in P7. There he is there with Darkness Abyss and Crazy Kiwi on the medium, of course. So Crazy Kiwi's sort of got to look out behind him because Chazy Dane, Johnny M4 and Macedonian are all on the soft compound, looking ready to pounce on these medium runners. Then you've got, of course, the two Cat Boys, Brad Tay, Blue Dog. There they are there, P13, 14, both on the mediums. Mr. Bobton or Bob Tooney, there he is there, medium compound with the livery of the Texaco and Mr. Harass. Well, the guy that loves going through the field, does it magnificently most weeks at the very back of the grid. He will be starting this one. P16. Let's get buckled up, Housey. Get strapped in. Let's get ready to go because we're about to get this one here at Suzuka, Japan underway.
Yep. Harass is going to be very quick from the back here. Difficult though, down into turn 1, turn 2, this first sector.
Well, let's have a look at this, Housey. Let's have a look at this, mate. We're getting them all loaded in. We've got 2 lights, 3 lights. We've got 4 lights. We've got 5 lights. And we go here in Suzuka, Japan. Unbelievable start there, but look at Tab. Look at Tab. Beans goes to cover him. Tab tucks in. So far, so good from all the boys. This is the danger part. And, well, so far, so good there, mate. What happened to Suicide 5?
Round. Yeah, it got caught up in the middle there of the pack. Spun around, doesn't look like he's got any damage. So he'll be able to continue.
Well, there you go. As the boys follow themselves around this magnificent circuit, is very much nose to stern in this part of the track here, Housey. No DRS for the first 3 laps. And, of course, if you're going to look to make a move, it is into turn 11 here at the hairpin. And, well, Darkness is a little bit too far back. Let's keep an eye on the top 3 because Tabbed is in between a cat sandwich here, mate. Feeling a bit vulnerable, but he's just got his targets in front of him, and that will be Rip the Beans.
Gee whiz. This is going to get spicy. Harass up to P10 now, just took his teammate in Johnny M4. They're both battling with Tom Go.
Oh, they're side by side, Housey. They're side by side. They're side by side. Johnny M4 not giving an inch and loses out to Harass there. Harass moves up to P10 from P16. Has wasted no time as Harass. And he's looking at Tommy now. And he should make a light work of Tommy as Harass. As we'll flick back up to the top because Tabbed is right on the gearbox of Rip the Beans.
Tactical just got past Crazy Kiwi for P6 as well, into the chicane. Good move.
I'll tell you what, we've got a new follower. Where's the finish line? And, well, that is Curly's new league. Welcome to the stream there, my friend, as we have a new follower. There you go. Your follower number 262. Where's the finish line? As Blue Dog gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in at the pit lane. That is uncharacteristic. As we'll flick back down to Harass. Harass has got by Tommy, and he must have just done that. His team, Crazy Kiwi has gone wide. He's lost a few positions there, Housey, as Harass is already up into 8th position. Let's have a look at the start. Why not? Got a replay of the start. Let's have a bit of a squeeze.
Oh, Bopton's round, sorry.
There we go, of the start, into turn 1. Keeping an eye on the boys, and there you go. We've missed what happened to Suicide 5 there. But, well, there you go. So far, so good. All clean, all well, all good and proper. Back to live screens now, Housey.
Yeah, so Bopton had a spin in that first sector. He's dropped down the order as well now. So, Suicide 5 was last a minute ago, up to 13th now. So, with this smaller field, opportunities
I tell you,
plenty.
Well, he's got some pace in that car, though, Housey. He's got some real good pace. So expect him to start to claw his way back up. He's slowly creeping up on Brad Tay as well. Look at him just close the gap there. 2/10 in a matter of a quarter or so there, Housey. So he's absolutely sending it as the Suicide 5. We are currently watching, well, this great battle between the top 3. Rip the Beans, Tabbed, and Judge Judy. There he is there, P3.
Pace at the moment, he has. As Fury.
He certainly
He's been
does.
closing up on the back of these two. Obviously got those soft compound tyres fitted compared to the 2 medium.
Oh, sorry there, Housey. Tactical's making a move on Darkness Abyss. He backed out of it. He's all over the gearbox here, Housey. And Darkness is under the pump. Have a look at Tactical fire up all over the gearbox of the Capri driver. And I tell you what, this Old Spice being Tactical, the lead Old Spice car. Well, there's only 2 of them on the grid. I do believe that being Chasey Dane.
Tom goes round in this first sector.
Well, there he goes. He's taking some polystyrene with him as well. Oh, the tyres are a bit hot. He nearly lost it again. Suicide 5 up into 12th position there, Housey. And away we go. Harass has tapped onto this lead back. Well, there you go. Look what Harass is dealing with. He's got Macedonian in front of him as well. And I'll tell you what here, folks. This is unbelievable. Watch Harass start to pick them off one by one. Great racer. As Tactical still all over the gearbox of Darkness.
Yeah, he is. He's just had a little look for a move up inside the hairpin there, turn 11, but Darkness covered it off nicely. Allowed, obviously, Macedonian Harass just to catch in a little bit as well. Johnny M4's gone round, I think, on the exit of Spoon. So, drop down the order now. Suicide up to 11th now then.
There you go. Flicking.
Comeback.
He's I was going to say something else and I changed it mid-sentence. It could have ended in tears. I was going to say plucking his way through the field, but the P's and the F's almost came out together there, Housey. As Tactical's done it. He's made the move on Darkness Abyss, DRS and ERS assisted. Oh, Darkness is not done yet. Darkness is hanging in there. I tell you what, this is very much nose to stern stuff. You have to follow the leader through here. Coming through Dunlop now and well, there you go. Tactical just looks like he's got much. Oh, where's he done that? Where's he done that? Oh, no, we've got a full safety car.
First
We've
ball.
got a full safety car. And that is unfortunate. I'll tell you what, well, this is a no man's land for anybody, really. As we just jumped on Tommy there, and he's cut that last chicane and got a whack for his efforts. 3 seconds. He's got no nose as well. Crazy Kiwi in the pit lane. Oh, is he going to get done for speeding? Oh, that was close, Tommy. As, yes, under safety car now. Let's catch our breath, Housey. Let's catch our breath. Because I tell you what, the battle is still resumed. Beansy was starting to drift away from the young fella in tab there,
He
mate.
wasn't, to be fair, that when you was just a minute ago before we lost Suicide 5 there, I was watching Tab, and Tab having a real good look at Beansy into turn 1, turn 2, and right on his gearbox all through those S's until the safety car came out. So it's going to give a few guys the opportunity to change their tyre strategy here, though. Early safety car, only on lap 4. So will the likes of Fury, Tactical Darkness, Macedonia, Harass, Chasey, Johnny M4 ditch those softs?
Well, I'll tell you what.
See.
Whoa, no. Ah! Did you say, sorry, folks. I just seen the biggest dummy on the planet. Beansy went to fake with Tabbed. Tabbed nearly followed him into the pit lane. Beansy diverted. And I think they might have sucked in Fury. Fury went in.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, I do know he was on that soft compound. But it's in a no man's land. It is absolutely in no man's land. And, yeah, spot on there, Droftas. Spot on. Great drive, Mr. Altitude. Unbelievable to put it on the grid where you did. I tell you what, mate, 2 months off the game. I tell you, get yourself ready. Get yourself ready, my friend, because, of course, well, Season 4 is going to be approaching us on the new game. We'll try to get him back. Let's hopefully he can make some more cameo appearances, of course, as the season runs by. A bit of stuff going on in the background, does Mr. Altitude, but, well, we welcome him back with open arms, of course, and I'll tell you what, if that's anything to go by, and I do know the guy only just picked up the controller probably a couple of hours ago, after a few months off, excuse me, I'll put my tongue back in, after a few months off the game, and, well, to put it where he put it, unbelievable, mate. And as you know, with this game, Housey, you're off for even just a week, you lose so much pace. For him to do that, that's a quality effort. So well done there, Suicide. And, well, I hope we get to see more of you a little bit later on, of course. And one of your other favourite tracks is coming up next week too there, Suicide. Of course, I speak of Kota, yes, USA. That is round 16 here at Formula 4. We are under safety car conditions. We have lost one driver to boot. Yes, Rip the Beans, Tabbed, 2-5, and Macedonian are the top 4. Macedonian knowing that we was in a bit of no man's land there to pit as we get a new follower. Jay Seed, welcome to the stream, mate. You're follower number 264. Excuse me. Yes, this is Racing Formula 4. Formula 4 Racing. This is the Aussie division. Round 15, Suzuka, Japan. And, yes, currently under safety car, lap 6 of 27. And, yeah, a bit of a lull in the race at the moment is safe to say there, Housey.
Yeah, so top 6 yet to pit then. So all the top 6 yet to pit. Penalty-wise, just Blue Dog and Tongo. Blue Dog with a 5-second. Tongo with a 3-second here. Position change then. Macedonian up 8, Brad Tate up 8, Bopton up 9, Harass up 6, Blue Dog up 1, biggest losers so far. It's Tongo, he's down 8 places, Kiwi's down 5, and Fury down, or Jury, down 4 at the moment. That's the state of play. Hopefully, safety car will be in this lap, and we can go green race again. Get on with this one. Obviously, going to have 20 odd laps to go. Interesting to note then, let's see those tyre changes. Let's go through those for you. So Harass, Chasey, Johnny M4 and Tom all putting on the hards there. Blue Dog already had them on.
Tell you what though, I mean, you're probably the wrong person to speak to regarding the hard compound because I do know you absolutely love it where most people wouldn't dare to touch them. You turn them on, you turn on that compound like I've never seen no other do there, mate. But, I mean, around here, I know some of the guys were in no man's land with the pit stop. But But yeah, they are very, very slow. They take a long time a long time to warm up around here, and yeah, I'm not an advocate for the hard compound pretty much anywhere. I mean, there are tracks where you do definitely need to use them, but yeah, this, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, this is not one of them. But who am I to argue? We've got some quick boys out there. Safety car is in this lap there, How's Eye. We've got Harass on the hards. Chasey, Johnny M4, Blue Dog, and Tommy, as you did touch on there, mate. We're going to sit with Tabbed to make sure that, well, no one gets an idea on when Beansy's about to go. That would be unfair to the rest of the pack, but we'll stick with them. These boys are very bloody close, I tell you what. Not wanting to give a little bit as, excuse me. We're right on board here with Tabbed. He's waiting. He's hunting. He's got him. What a restart. What a restart by Tabbed. He certainly made sure he was not getting caught napping there. And he's all over the back of Beansy here, Housey. He's all over him. He's gone the outside. He's gone the inside. He's had to tuck in. And so far, so good. They're going to have to follow each other through this part of the track here, mate. There's absolutely nowhere to pass. Nowhere to pass. Let's just stay off those curbs, and you should be okay. And, well, there you go. There you go. Approaching Dunlop now. And what's happening behind him there is 2-5, of course, regaining, well, up into third. A Macedonian in fourth place. Stellar drive from him. Brad Day up there in fifth, and Bopton still doing his thing there in sixth. He has got Fury for company. I tell you what, though, Housey, Fury might have made an absolute gem of a call here, mate. I might have to chew my words, of course. There are 20 laps remaining. They're going to be slow towards the end of the Grand Prix if he chooses to stay out on them, barring no more safety cars, of course. But we flip back up to the top because Tabbed, he's about to make a move, but had to think better of it. He's just got to use the track to his advantage. They are starting to gap 2-5. Look at that. Look at that already on the first lap of going green. They are starting to gap 2-5. And these two are in a class of their own at the moment, doing their thing. Tabbed following Beansy. Beansy trying to break the toe. There is no DRS for the first 3 laps after the safety car, folks, as this will be all about entries and exits as Tabbed creeps right up the back of Rip the Beans. Pit stop-wise, you're probably looking to see these blokes stop around the 19, 20, 21 lap mark, of course, and then do that rapid stint at the very end. Probably even a little bit beforehand if you get lucky. But yeah, there you go. Jury up into 5th position there, Housey. Now, like I did touch on early doors, he's, he could have made a call of the century. I tell you what, though, mate, they're going to be very, very slow, those mediums, towards the end of this stint. You do prolong the life of them, and they are the race tyre of choice. They are just so good. They just get better and better as the Grand Prix goes on to the mediums. Yes, the softs are very good for a short period of time, but overall, the medium is the way better race tyre here, folks. As Jury is all over the back of Masso, and Masso has gone defensive. Well, there you go. Tabb's just done it. I'm not too sure what happened there, Housey, as I did see that just at the very end. Tabb's got by. I don't know if Beansy made a mistake.
Didn't happen. Yeah. Harass also on the move now, getting those hard tyres switched on. He's up 9th. The battle, I'll tell you, I've been watching the battle from Chasey Dane backwards over the last couple of laps. As Tom goes, spot it. Tom goes, spot it. Is he going to keep it out the wall? Oh, he's going to rip the wheel off. That's unfortunate. Tom go out of the race.
Out of the race. That should not. Oh, it's a safety car. Why is it a safety car? The field is so past it. Oh, boo. Another safety car, Housey. This is not going to help anyone really because the boys are very close together on the track. The Macedonian should box now. Get rid of them all soft runners. Well, there you go. Masso in. He is in. Tabbed. Oh, Tabb's in as well. What's he thinking here? Maybe just to prolong. Oh, there you go. He's making sure. Another set of mediums. Is that another set of mediums?
No, he's put softs on Tabbed.
What? Oh,
softs on.
There you go. Tabbed is taking a punt. Tabbed is taking a punt here, folks, as Rip the Beans that he's doing the track position thing. He's thinking, you know what? I've got P1. It's your job to come chase me and hunt me down. And look at the cat boys. I tell you what, Housey. Don't they turn up when the green flag drops? They are P1, P3, and P4 at the moment.
Yeah, well, obviously they do have a slight advantage here, being, I think it's let me just double check, it is the only team running all 4 cars here.
Oh, yeah?
Cadbury's running, what, 3?
Stellar attendance is the cat boys. Stellar attendance.
Yep. and they will be rewarded for that. Obviously, the boys here as well, all 4 of them. To be fair, they do work really well as a team. To be fair, like you said, they're very consistent
Well, I mean,
in terms of
they've got
attendance
that man in the
and
chat, Mr.
finishing.
Total P's or RELPs or P Total P's 123, whichever he's going by these days. As well, him as a European team boss, being pot one, leading the championship, doing a phenomenal job. I tell you what, they've got someone to look up to and try to emulate as the Cat Boys, and I dare say they're doing a stellar job too, mate. Both divisions, this team, Cat F1, are doing an unbelievable job regarding the accumulation of points through a Grand Prix weekend. Yes, we do give points all the way down to P20, if you do finish, of course. But these boys are just all the way up there. They're always up the top end, and they are maximising their weekend. Blue Dog down there in 10th position at the moment. He's going to try to make them hards go all the way to the end. He will. All these boys on the hard compounds should be putting a lot of energy into these tyres. You're not going to burn them for starters, and you want them to be turned on when this safety car does go in. You're going to have one more lap behind this safety car, of course, here, Housey. But that's the thing with the hard compound. You need to. Well, there you go. Chasey might have heard the call. I think he's on the wrong tyre. I think he's going to change. If he's got a brand new set of mediums, I would be throwing them bad boys on. They will get him to the end. He will be quick, and the guys around him, he will just pick them off because they'll be on. Obviously, look at the tyre life of Bopton. Blue Dog on 7-lap-old hards. There you go. That is a great, smart drive move there by Chasey Dane. And,
I'll tell you what,
yes,
Tab has just pulled a move here as well, because Tab's come back in. He's done a lap on those softs. Just come back in and fitted a fresh set of medium. So he's going to try and go to the end on a medium.
I'll tell you what, though, Housey. I mean, this bunches up the pack, and what it does is it puts Tabbed, who is considerably quicker than the guys around him at the moment on the grid, that he's placed in P13, puts him on fresh rubber. And the guys that he's competing against on 9-lap-old meat, they are going to be very slow towards the end of the Grand Prix. If there is another safety car, it will play into their hands, of course, a little bit later on. But if it's under green conditions, I would expect Tabbed, well, he's got a lot of work to do. But the only saving grace is that the pack does bunch up, of course, folks, under safety car. We go green, and he's got a monumental job. He just needs to get his head down, pick them off one by one, not waste too much time. Be patient. As Droftas does say in the chat, he needs to be patient, and he will get this job done. The young fella has got a lot to do. There he is there in P13. Johnny M4 on a fresh set of soft compound. Bit of a up and down race. He had a good qualifying session, Johnny M4. He's, picking up the pieces as the weeks roll by. P14 is where he sits at the moment. Fresh set of softs, as I did say. We've only got 2 guys out there on the hard compound. That is Harass. That is Blue Dog. Those 2 boys, very experienced racers. They should be able to manage those tyres, of course. Not much to manage, it's just the heat and how we get racing. Safety car is in this lap. That is extremely late call for the boys to give him the space, of course, because the pit lane and the chicane, and you've just got to wait for that car to be past the line. We're staying with 2-5 as the safety car peels in the pit lane right now. They have to wait a little bit because they don't want to catch it before the start-finish line, of course, and Beans has gone.
Yep, so back underway then. Lap 11 of this one.
Oh, look at Tactical. Tactical's all over Brad Tay here, how's he? Oh, he's up in the 5th place. Dardis Abyss is all over him as well. Let's have a look at this. There you go, Mr. Fury Strat. We thought he had an opportunity there against 2-5. Excuse me, 2-5 doing a great job. In P2. He's hunting Beans. He's put the pressure on him.
Oh, Brad Tay's made a mistake.
Whoa, what's going on there? Brad Tay off. Is Brad Tay off? Brad Tay's off. There he is there. He certainly is. He made a huge error, and that's cost him big time. Blue Dog up into 9th place. Macedonian gets that place back up into 8th, and Brad Tay's retired.
On track as well. That was strange because the mistake he made was a snap of oversteer. He caught it, but it ran him off the track, so he was just hobbling over the grass and gravel, trying to get out of everybody's way, I guess.
Well, I'm not too sure why he would retire. I'm not too sure why he would retire there, but yeah, that's very uncharacteristics from Brad Tay. I do hope everything's okay. We've got Chasey Dane there. Well, Johnny M4's gone wide as well through Spoon, and Chasey Dane looking to hunt him down. Just waiting for the DRS here, Housey. of course, well, it's a massive, massive, massive train at the moment. As we'll flick back up to Harass, because he's all of a sudden in P6. He's looking at Darkness Abyss on the hard compound, and he's turning them on. Whoa, what a powers!
It's
That
got
was,
touch about it.
oh,
Wow.
Jesus!
I tell you what, I give that. I think it was Bopton. Bopton with an absolutely unbelievable reflexes there to stop that one, because Harass had made the mistake. He was careering into the path of Bopton. Bopton managing to get on the anchors. Really good job there from Bopton. Lost places because of it though. Tab now through on his teammate up to P9 and looking at Blue Dog here.
Well, he certainly
Great
is.
driving from Bopton.
He certainly is. And Harass, I tell you what, that was a power slide and a half. And as Roughdust did say in the chat, Brad Tay giving Cat 10 minus points. So very uncharacteristic from Brad Tay. He's never done that. But what a save from Harass. Because that was unbelievable, mate. That was a power slide and a half. And I don't know how he gathered that one up.
The view looking at Bopton was good as well. So good driving, or good saves from both of those two. Johnny M4 then gets past. Crazy Kiwi.
And
P11,
Tabbed just sent it on the and he sent it on the inside of Blue Dog, of course. Blue Dog had to go a bit wide using that hard compound. You have to get the turn-in purchase is what Tab does, and there you go. That's the price to pay. Now, Tab has been released. You should see him start to creep up on Harass pretty quickly here. But Harass is no slouch. Harass is, well, he's on the hard compound, of course. The slower of the two of the medium versus the hard. But let's just see how this one plays out. 2-5 is still hanging on the back of Rip the Beans here. Now, let's not forget, folks, they are on 11-lap-old mediums. They are on 11-lap-old mediums. We have still got 10 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. Excuse me, 9 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. They are expecting 20 laps. Yes, we've had safety cars, but there's guys around them on much fresher rubber. And I dare say towards the end here, Housey, they are going to pay the price for that.
Johnny M4 having a look at the back of Bopton. Down into turn 1, probably the closest gap on track at the moment. Bopton still yet to pit though, he's on those 12-lap-old mediums. Johnny M4 on freshish soft, so got the pace in that section now though, where passing is pretty damn difficult. So he's going to have to sit there and bide his time. What's Tab doing? Yep, closing in on the back of Harass then, as you said a minute ago.
He's got plenty of
there.
He's got plenty of laps to get this done though, Housey. He's got plenty of laps. He's just got to, be smart about it. Harass is, like I said, Harass is no slouch. Oh, Tabbed! Wowee! Oh, that was a bit ambitious there from the young fella. That was very ambitious from the young fella. I dare say there might be a bit of a steward's report on that huge dive bomb there from Tabbed. But nevertheless, he has got by Harass, and he is on the hunt for Macedonian. And Macedonian, there he is there. The two Cadbury boys, P5 and 6, even 2-5 up there in P2. Tell you what, they have Cat and Cadbury. I tell you what, Housey, are they not the two teams? They are definitely the two teams to catch. As Rip the Beans is still holding that lead here, mate. 13 approaching lap 14. Tactical, oh no! Tactical just got a 3-second time penalty for his efforts. That's going to hurt. At the moment, it's still in P4. But here comes 2-5. Beans has gone defensive. 2-5 around the outside. Has he got it done? Has he got it done? He's got it done. What a move. What a move from 2-5. Takes the lead of the Grand Prix. I think I got that, Housey. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's have another look.
Yes, I certainly did, mate. And there we go. Look at him go. Rip the Beans went defensive. I thought 2-5 was going to back out of it. Around turn 1, into turn 2 in the lead. Unbelievable move. Back to live screens now, Housey.
Crazy Kiwi's had a bit of an incident. He's knocked off an end plate, so he's down in 13th now and got pretty much a whole lap to do with half a front wing. He's going to need to stop, change the wing and the set of tyres. So, gone wrong for Kiwi.
Absolutely there, mate. As Tabbed is now within 0.6 of a second of Darkness Abyss. Darkness Abyss is on roughly, what is he, on 8-lap-old mediums. And doing a stellar job, if I must say so myself there, Housey. But Tabbed is creeping right up. And it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
Right there now. Right there on the back of Darkness now. Going through Spoon. Turns 13, 14. He's going to get a good run here. Is he going to get it done before we get to 130R?
Or
He's going to wait for the chicane.
he can get it done through 130R, but if he's going inside, that's ballsy. Oh, he's backed out of it. He backed out of it. Look at this.
In the run,
It did cost him the run, but he's just got a DRS zone. There's going to be a bit of a DRS train. He's got to focus on his exit here, Housey, and that's where it's all at. There you go. He's got a good run here, mate. But Darkness has got a great run as well. He's not going to get it done here, mate. He is not going to get it done here. So Tabbed has to bide his time even more so here, Housey.
Yep, Beans got 2.5 back then this lap, so Beans back into the lead. Tabbed's down, Tabbed's lost it. Tabbed's lost it, he spun. He sat on the exit of turn 1, can't get going again. Had to wait for the pack to go past, so Tabb possibly now ruin the chances of this one. He's back down in 12th place. No damage that I can see. Certainly a mistake. Who's that as well?
That was Blue Dog. Blue Dog, yeah, making a mistake as well. So there's some. Well, this track is known for it. Let's be honest. It is.
Also making a mistake.
Look at them drop down the field. Yeah, absolutely. And he's copped a 10-second. That will be removed for you, Johnny. That will with your footage. That'll be removed for you, mate. So no problem there whatsoever. But 2.5 has to slot back in. The closest gap is for the lead here, Housey, believe it or not. It is 2.5 versus Rip the Beans versus Mr. Fury Strat. And well, Tactical Genius just tapping on the back of this one while the front three fight. And Darkness Abyss, well, he's dropped back a little bit as well. He's got his teammate for company. And Macedonian on fresher rubber. I know Macedonian, and I think he might be doing a bit of a... well, let's just see if we can pip him over the finish line, of course. Still 12 laps remaining here, Housey.
Front floor closed right up now as well, to be fair. Tactical pretty much there. Fury sitting in prime position with those 10-lap-old mediums versus...
Oh, 2.5. 2.5's going to send it. He's got it. He's done it. He absolutely... Oh, he's around. He's around. Oh, no. That is unfortunate from 2.5. That is unfortunate from 2.5. As well, and very fortunate from Beansy. But let's just see that, folks. Let's just see. I think I might have caught that just. I think I might have caught it just, though, Housey. Oh, yes, I did. There you go. He's gone the inside. He's touched the curb. And, oh, that is unfortunate. Beansy in the wrong place at the wrong time. And back to live screens now, Housey.
So Johnny M4 and Blue Dog both in the box now. 11th and 12th, or 12th and 11th for them. Blue Dog sticking on the softs. Johnny M4 put on the mediums. So Fury's got the upper hand here then. I was just about to say it, or was just saying it. Fury then takes the lead of this one. Tactical finds himself in P2 now, though he does have that penalty of 3 seconds to his name. Rip the Beans then, currently third. I don't think he got any damage from that. He was very lucky. Well, he's unlucky, but lucky.
He's the net P2 at the moment now with all these penalties. Of course, that Tactical has that 3 seconds, let's not forget. So that will promote Beansy up into P2. But he won't be happy with that. He would want his P1 back, of course. Very, very fortunate not to get any damage there. And that is what we call a racing incident, folks. There was nothing he could do. And just unfortunate. 2.5 lost the car. And, well, very, very lucky he's Ripped the Beans. Dives in the pit lane. You know why I think, though, Housey's dived in the pit lane? He knows where his championship rival is. Tabbed. Tabbed's coming through the turn 18 now. He's tumbling. Oh, hang on a minute. Tabbed's going to go past him. Tabbed is going to go past him and past him by then some. Where is Beans? He's not even at the pit lane exit. That is interesting there, Housey. That is interesting. I do expect Rip the Beans on the soft compound to start making his way back through the field. But I'll tell you what, mate, he's got a massive, massive job. 8 seconds behind Tab now, mate. 8 seconds.
Yeah, 10 laps. I mean, it's asking a lot to gain, major places here. Guy obviously got harassed on those 11-lap-old hards in front of him along the way, plus 11-lap-old tyres for Fury, Tactical, and Darkness.
Well, let's just do a bit of a recap here though, Housey, because it's all about the championship. At the moment, it is all about the championship. It has been for the last month at least. Tabbed trying to claw his way back up to try to pass Rip the Beans. That's his target. That's his only target at the moment. Tabbed currently sits 8 seconds clear of Rip the Beans. These boys do not need to stop again. Rip the Beans on a lighter car is expecting those softs to be stretched for that 10 laps and still be quick. And, well, there you go. That's where the championship fight is at. Let's not forget 2-5. He is P3 in this championship as well. And almost there with Tabbed. And Chazy Dane, P4 in the championship. And guess what? He's ahead of all three of them. So this championship is alive and well, Housey, and this is what it's all about. This is the best part of the season, where you start to see, all right, the jostling at early doors have started to, that's all calmed down now. You're seeing who's got the pace, you're seeing who wants it, you're seeing who's coming through the field, and this is where we get to sit back and enjoy. The pressure is on for these boys. Yes, we award real-life trophies for the championship of both divisions, of course, and, well, last season was won by Nodsty. Here in the Australian division. Last season was won by RELPs in the European division. And, well, there you go, Housey. There you go. So this championship in the Aussie side, very much and truly alive and well.
I'll tell you what, though, on that lap there, Chazy Dane making the most room I've ever seen for Tab to come through. Gave up his complete lap time, 100%. Going down into turn one, backed right out of it, was almost at crawling pace to let Tab go through into turn one, so that he didn't hold him up through that first section.
No way, Zerks. Please tell me he's still not waiting. I'll tell you what, that is unbelievable. Dropped us one job. Look at we've come from Australia to Wales. In no time, it's been stuck in Wales for 2 months. Anyway, we push on. Let's push on. Chazy Dane, P7, Tabbed. Well, there he is there, P6. Rip the Beans, P8. And, well, a long way off Chazy Dane here, mate. 8 laps remaining. Yeah, oh, 8 laps remaining. I've got to do a driver of the day, Housey. Driver of the day. So work out where you want to sit, mate, and we will sit there.
I don't know. Let's sit with either tactical or darkness. Make a decision. They're about this.
Stay with tactical. Darkness. Oh, darkness? All right, we'll stay with darkness. All right.
Lining up his teammate is darkness. So, obviously, we'll keep an eye on the timing tree to see what tactical's doing in front of us. We've got Harass behind us, 2 odd seconds back. Darkness looking not too bad here, though, because Darkness, no penalties at the moment. Macedonia and Tactical Genius ahead of him, both with penalties here. So, let me just double check. It is 3 seconds apiece for Tactical and for Macedonia. The Darkness looking good in his current 4th position, behind his teammate to maybe make those positions across the line. Rest of the gaps through the field now quite evenly spread. Beans 5 seconds now behind Chazy. Tabbed about 1.5 seconds behind Harass. Harass got those hard tyres on, so I think Tab will probably catch Harass by the end of it. Gap closing slightly for P1. Tactical just managed to gain a little bit down the straight there. Closing in on Jury Strat through the first sector. We're still on board here with Darkness. 0.7 back from his teammate, but probably pretty happy just to sit here at the moment. Play it safe. He knows he's got to just sit behind Macedonian to take the place off of him over the line.
Well, there you go, folks. The votes have gone out. If you click the top of the Twitch chat, you will see you can vote for Tactical, Darkness Abyss, Chazy Dane, Harass, and Macedonian are the 5 that I chose to see fit to be in the Driver of the Day Awards. Your votes will determine our Driver of the Day. So get them in, folks. Get them in. I'll tell you what, though, here, Housey. Tactical's looking very, very racy behind Jury Strat. And I tell you what, mate, he's, I don't know if he's biding his time, but he's creeping up ever so much every single lap. And I don't think Fury's got the pace for him at the moment here, Housey. There's going to be a DRS zone. He should get this job done any second now. Here he comes, Tactical. Oh, it's a shocking camera. Anyway, let's go back to that one. And no, Fury's got some unbelievable straight line speed. Let's just have a look at the representative ERS, and Fury has cooked his. Tactical is racing very, very smart here, Housey. He does have 3 seconds seconds to his name, I do believe. But at the moment, still sets a net P2.
Tab's just got harassed then for P5, so tabbed up for P5, up into P5, sorry. He's got what, 1.9, he's about 2 seconds to Darkness ahead of him. Obviously, Darkness right on the back of, well, just falling shy of his teammate Nick Macedonian, but looking to make that place. So can Tab make the podium here? That's my question.
Just to touch on what Joftas has sent in the chat. Yeah, P's used. Anyway, moving on, because I'm not going to read all that stuff out, but I had to say that because I couldn't resist. But yes, there you go, Harass. P6, he's still hanging on. Unbelievable job from Harass, because he's on the hard compound. Let's not forget. Tabbed is on 10-lap old mediums. They'll probably be going through the grading phase as we speak. So he's probably going to have a couple of laps where they're struggling a little bit. And they will come good again in a couple of laps' time, of course. But there you go. So I'm glad P's like that one. So anyway, we move up because yes, Tactical. Well, he's got a DRS zone. Fury, look at the exit Fury gets, though. That is unbelievable from Fury. And doing a great job is the man. Yes, P1. Tabbed has moved up into P5 and ripped the beans in P7. That's all Tabbed's got to do, really. As we did touch on it, that is where the championship fight is all about. And, well, Tabbed has put a car in between him and his championship rival. That's what he's got to do.
I reckon he's going to get P3 here. If he can just keep head down and out of this pace, I reckon Tab's got enough to get up to P3. I honestly do. I don't know if Beans is going to have enough. He's still 5 seconds behind Harass. Might just get harassed by the end. Those hard tyres for Harass only going to be getting worse and worse and worse. Obviously, with the Beans on those soft tyres, so compound between them in the medium difference. Rest of the gaps then are all still about the same. Let's have a look. Chasey Dane still in 8th place, 2-5 in 9th, Bopton 10th, Blue Dog 11th, Crazy Kiwi and his teammate of Johnny M4 closing the grid off at the moment in 12th and 13th. We did lose Brad Tay, Tom Go and Suicide 5 from this one. Can Tactical get close here then?
Oof, I'll tell you what, he's all over the back of Darkness. He's got the speed. Darkness is parking that Cadbury car exactly where you want it. There is nowhere for Tab to go. He's got to follow suit. Look at the run. No, Darkness is going defensive. He's holding that inside line. And Tab is no way going to send that up the inside there. He's gone wide. Darkness has gone wide. Let's see how he's gone on the inside as well. So very defensive driving there from Darkness Abyss. Tabbed relying on a good exit here. Tabbed is relying on a good exit. And this is what it's all about, Housey. A bit of a loose rear end there. Darkness is going defensive. He's trying to break the toe. Here comes Tabbed. Tabbed around the outside. Is he going to get it done? He most certainly is there, Housey. Whoa, Darkness is around. Darkness is around. Whoa. He saved. No, I don't think he did. But that is a job done there from Tabbed. Unbelievable. Let's have a look at that, Housey. Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, it's going to help Beans as well. Darkness coming off the track.
Well, there you go. Tabbed around the outside. But Darkness touches the curb. Around he went. And there you go. Harass dodges the spinning Tabbed. And we're now back to live screens there, Housey.
Darkness and Chasey. Darkness got Chasey now behind him. Too far back though. So Darkness back down to P7 now after that incident. Ripped the Beans up to P6. Harass up to P5. Tabbed obviously up to P4. He's got 1.7 seconds to gain on Macedonia.
Tell you what though, Housey, he's a net P3 at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a net P3 as a young fella. What a drive, what a comeback. The comeback kid, after making a bit of a boo-boo early doors, he's fought his way back. I tell you what, he's impressed, mate. Yesteryear, he would have thrown the towel in with this young fella, but I'm so proud of him. Doing a great job is the Texaco Pot 1 driver. P4. Currently a net P3 after, well, the on-track penalties all hand themselves out. Of course, Macedonian with 3 seconds will drop him down to 4th as it sits right now. We've got We've got 3 laps remaining. And, well, OSRL, Jury Strat, Judge Judy, Mr. Fury, whatever you want to call him. So many name changes recently, but hard to keep track of all of them. But there you go, P1 for this lad. Tactical doing his thing there in P2 and Macedonian P3. But, well, I think this is the battle, mate. This is the battle. P1, P2.
Yep. Tactical can't quite get there though, and obviously Tactical got those 3 seconds worth of penalties too. So no,
Well,
unless
he's going to
unless
stay there
Hungary has
unless.
a massive mistake,
Yeah, that's
then
exactly
yeah,
right. Or Macedonian has a couple of god laps that catches him by a few seconds per lap. But I dare say Tactical should. It's just a formality at the moment here, Housey. These boys will
yeah,
know this. Just trying to get themselves across the line. Tactical's probably left a little bit late to get past and put that 3 seconds on Fury. So I
yeah,
dare say it will be almost the top 3. Well, let's just not forget Tabbed. He will jump Macedonian at the end here.
yeah.
And Harass doing a stellar job from the back. Doing an absolute stellar job.
17.
Started dead last. He did that. He's done it again. He's up in a P5.
Yep. Obviously, I said earlier, seen him do it many and many a times. Obviously, up 11 places for him at the moment. So good job. But can he hold on from Beans? Beans doing the best he can to try and close that gap. Darkness gets a penalty then.
He certainly
lap.
is. I mean, Rip the Beans is trying. There's 2 laps remaining. There's 2 laps remaining, and well, Rip the Beans.
Might catch him.
He
Can
might.
he pass him?
Yeah, that's the
question. I
that's
think
the
he'll
question.
get there. I think he'll get there. But whether he can make a move as well, obviously, it's one thing to catch the gap or to close the gap.
But look at the
Completely
Rothmans boys,
other.
though. You've got Johnny M4 in between a lapped car in between Rip the Beans and Harass, of course. And while he is a lapped car, he cannot impede, of course. 3 blue flags. There's one that we just seen. So, well, Johnny M4 will do the teammate thing, of course. And, well, just hold him up a little bit. But when it comes time to get out of the way, he'll get out of the way, of course. But there you go. There you go. It's time to get out of the way. And he's got out of the way. Oh, I don't know if that was the right. Harass would probably be thinking, Jesus, just hold him up a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. But Harass will trust his ability to get himself in front and ahead and stay ahead of the very, very quick Rip the Beans at the moment, mate.
Kiwi, I think, going to have a go at fastest lap. He's just pitted. New wing going on and the soft tyre, but he's maybe going to have a crack at the fastest lap. Currently held by, who was it? It's 2.5 that's got the fastest lap at the moment, at 1:30.576. So Kiwi going to be looking to take that off of him.
Well, Tabbed caught up to the back of Macedonian now, mate. Macedonian trying to break the toe, but Masso will know he's got that time penalty. He'll know that Tabbed doesn't. He probably won't fight this one too hard. It'll be interesting to see how this one pans out. If I know these boys, it's all about where they finish on track. And, yeah, there you go. So, a lot to play out.
Right on the back of, Beans right on the back of Harass now through Sector 1. So he has got, he's going to have a lap and a half here to try and make a move. Tyre compound, obviously there should be no challenge here in terms of tyre compounds. Soft support, Beans, hard support, Harass. So you'd expect if he gets half an opportunity, it's going to be easy pickings for Beans. But the battle on track at the moment. Obviously, we know Tab to Macedonia. Tab's going to pick that one up anyway. Both Harass and Beans both penalty free at the moment, though. So can he do it? He's going to have. How close can he be? Beans, I'm talking about here. How close can Beans be down into 1:30 and into the final corners of 16 and 17 and 18?
Well, there you go, folks. The driver of the day has just been awarded and won to Tactical Genius. Absolutely smashed it out there. You, the viewers, have voted that way. Thank you very much for getting your votes in. Yes, Tactical Genius has been awarded the driver of the day, as voted by you, the viewers.
Looking to make a move on Fury as well. Very close there into turn 1. Beans, and he's got a move on Harass here down the main straight. Harass has got it. You can't hold it. Rip the Beans then makes up the spot into P5. Tab now also made the move past Macedonia.
Well, the big question now is Rip the Beans is on the push. He is on the push. He needs to close that gap to Macedonian to under 3 seconds, and he'll just jump one spot behind Tabbed. So he's pushing. He's pushing like crazy, and well, that means these two boys are not giving each other an inch. But Rip the Beans, he's through the first one, Degna 1, Degna 2 now, and that's the one where you can be very greedy, and on exit it does punish you. But it's 3 30.9 seconds now here, Housey. And it is coming down, but I don't think he's got enough. I wonder if Macedonian is on the push as well. He is too. He's hanging on to the back of Tabbed. Tabbed has got the third place sewn up. Well done, young fella. But Tactical Genius is all over the back of Judge Judy. And let's just see how he goes. He's about to enter 130R. No, he's tucking in. He is tucking in. And knows he's got that time penalty. He will just... Well, they will just go across the line, nose to stern. Game over. Job done. Great drive there, Fury. Great drive. P1 for you, my friend. P2, Tactical Genius. P3 will be tapped. Oh, Beans is coming in with that 3 seconds. Let's just see. It's going to be bloody close. It's going to be close.
It's not going to be enough.
It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. No, it's not enough. Macedonian holds on to the 4th place. Rip the Beans, P5 by 4/10 of a second. Harass P6. Darda's Abyss crosses the line in 7th position. Chasey Dane, P8. 2-5 will get P9. Bob Tooney will cross the line in P10. Great drive from you, Bopton. Welcome back to... oh, no! Oh, no!
Bopton's, he spun it.
He spun it on the line. He's given 10 to Blue Dog. Oh, Bopton!
Same place as qualifying as well.
Is he going to hold on to 11th? That's the question. He should do, because Kiwis are lap down. So P11.
Kiwis. Yeah.
Bopton, cross the finish line, mate. Jesus. Thank you. And there you go, folks. There you have it. The Japanese Grand Prix run and won by OSRL Judge Jury Fury. What's his name? Jury Fury. I don't know. So many different names. I always forget him. We're just going to call him Fury. Jury Strat. There it is. And Tactical Genius P2. Tabbed P3. The fastest lap of the Grand Prix is held and done by 2.5 with a 1 minute 30.576. We roll down, do this thing for our glorious stewards who do a stellar job week in, week out. We're going to go on a brief pause, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get our drivers in for a driver of the interview and driver of the day. Stay with us. We'll be back with you very, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Formula 4 Racing. Yes, we've got our drivers in, and we might as well start off with the third place man here, Housey. I'll tell you what, it was a bit panic stations there towards the middle part of the Grand Prix where there was a bit of an error there, mate, and well, he fell back towards the back of the field, but nevertheless, he put his head down. He focused on what he needed to do. He brought the thing home in P3. The pot one Texaco driver tabbed. Well done there, mate. Great fight back. Great job, young fella.
It happens every week. I'm fighting for P3. I should be trying to win it, but just stuff it up all the time.
Well,
but,
we did touch on while you were doing that. We're very proud of you though, Tabbed, because it wouldn't have been so long ago that you would have thrown that one in the pit lane and said, "I'll see you next week." But those boys, those days are long gone. You've got a championship fight to fight here, and you've done what you needed to do there, mate. The man you're chasing, you put a car in between yous. He finished a couple behind you there, buddy.
Yeah. See what happens. I'm just still not happy.
Well, I mean,
I'll take P3 beating Ripped Beans as well. So
well, that's it.
Yeah,
mate.
well done to the boys, Tack and Jury, on the podiums as well.
Yeah,
They
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, young fella. Another great
Thank
drive
you.
for you. And we will see you at Kota next week, which I know is one of your bad boy favourite tracks. So looking forward to seeing you strut your stuff around that magnificent circuit. We'll see you next week, Tab.
Thank you.
Great job.
See you guys.
All right, we'll move on to the P2 man. Now, we might do a double here, Housey, because this lad, well, I'll tell you what, he won the hearts of the viewers. He got the driver of the day in the end. It's the first time we get to speak to this lad in a long time. I think it was before he got married. But anyway, nevertheless, P2, tactical genius. Well done, son. Awesome drive. Talk us through it, mate.
Thanks, lads. Thank you. Well, look, I got a bit lucky with the safety car coming in on the mediums pretty early.
Yep.
So I think, Drew and I both benefited from that, but the front runners kind of got taken out of the race a little bit. But then picked up that 3 second pretty early. So I thought I may as well just stick behind him, stick in his DRS, save it, put the pressure on, hope that he picks up a 3 second and then try and take him on. But credit to him, he didn't. I almost took him out at the end because I got real close. Wasn't trying to. I just got a little bit close and thankfully we avoided contact there. But yeah, congrats to him. Excellent race, stayed clean, didn't pick up a penalty, and that was the difference in the end.
Which is almost, it's a very difficult track. Let's not forget that Suzuka Japan on the game is tough, ladies and gentlemen. It is very, very tough. Almost instant spin curbs and very, very easy to be greedy on entry. As we were talking through the commentary, yes, especially through Degna 2 and a couple of other places on the track, where you can be too greedy on entry and the exit will just crucify you every time. But nevertheless there, Mr. Tactical Genius, P2 from you and the driver of the day. Pretty good weekend, son, and we'll see you next week at Kota. Well done there, Tactical. Awesome drive.
Thank you, viewers as well. Appreciate it.
No dramas there. So that was Tactical. I'll tell you what, House, it's been a few weeks since we've heard from this man. He's gone through a name change, which, I mean, if you do watch this one back, Fury, I went through the alphabet at some stage trying to remember what it was, but I do apologise. I do apologise for that, but nevertheless, let's not take none of the shine away from your P1. I might have called it a little bit early when I said I think you went a little bit early with that pit stop. But then that second safety car came and it all played out, mate. You were looking very, very good after that point on. Net P1 for the bulk of the race. And, well, just talk us through it there, Fury. I know you love an aggressive strat. It's all in the name. We do know this. But just talk us through it there, Fury. What was your, what was the defining moment of that Grand Prix for you there, my friend?
Saying effort and staying out in the mediums, to be honest. It was an interesting race. I was actually a bit surprised by my pace in quali to be P3 behind, to be so close to Beans and Tab, Tab. To be honest, I really didn't think I was going to have that pace in quali, and managed to hold pace with them during the race. Had the first safety car, and I was always thinking 2-stop anyway, because it's not that much slower around here.
Yep.
So I took the early box for mediums, and then unfortunately, the next safety car came out right as I really struck a groove on the fresh mediums. I was starting to blaze past a few guys, and then second one came out, and I'm like, okay, that's all right. And then kind of used 2.5 and Beans I wanted to get past 2.5 to help Beansy out, to kind of give him some space help him out in the chip a bit. Unfortunately, I couldn't quite get by him, and then the seas kind of parted way for me.
Yeah, oh, mate.
And 2-5 lost it.
Oh, I'll
so
tell
I was
you what.
quite glad I was quite paying attention to that one because I actually nearly lost the car myself with
Oh.
the lot of wheel changes and all that. But yeah, then kind of was going through it. The tyres felt all right. Like I finished on like 68% wear on the front, so they were pretty dead.
Yeah, yep.
By the end of it, but yeah, I think it was at about 40%. I was like, oh, you know what? We'll just stay out. You know, we'll see what happens, and we'll roll the dice, and we'll see if we can't pick up the second win in 2 races for me because I missed Australia. So it worked out in the end.
You are a driver at heart. That's exactly right. I missed Australia, but I've won 2 in a row, boys. Well done to you, Fury. Absolutely stellar drive from you, mate. Quality, quality, quality from all the boys that participated. Congratulations, Fury, on a great P1. Well deserved, mate. Unbelievable job.
No, cheers, mate. Appreciate it. And great job to Tab for fighting back and Beansy as well after the contact with 2-5. And yeah, tactical, you made me change the colour of my race suit on lap 26, but we got through there all right, and mate, you kept me on my toes the whole way, so yeah, brilliant job, and congrats to you as well.
Absolutely brilliant there from you, Fury. Of course, yes, Housey, well, we'll do it all again in a few hours' time, believe it or not, mate. Yes, we've got the European boys to look forward to at this very, very track a little bit later on, 8 p.m. BST Monday, of course, and that's coming up in probably about 7 hours, 8 hours or so, roughly from now. Actually, excuse me, it's about 11 hours from now. And yeah, we'll see you all then. We do hope you all can join us. We'll be there. I'll be your host, See Me Skate. With me, as always, will be Hello There, Housey. We do hope you can join us for that cracking race. But yes, from us, for now, goodbye.